At the heart of the old city of Jerusalem, where the stones testify to the global journey of faith of the past and the modern Palestinian national aspirations, you can find a housing complex, Dar Al Consul. Here the past and present meet and merge. A complex of big numbers, 900 square meters of vacant ground space, 45 housing units, more than 150 residents, 5 courtyards that create a common space. Crossroads of important holy site, from the Holy Sepulchre to the Haram al-Sharif, Dar Al Consul retains all the charm of the past with the addition of modern amenities to reflect today's reality in which the inhabitants of the city live. An atmosphere with the flavor of the ancient hovers over this complex with a rich history.
Hence we are standing very few meters from the Cardo Maximus, which was built by Hadrianus, the Roman emperor, about 135 AD. Now this room, which is below the current level, is most probably goes back to the Byzantine or early Umayyad building. We know that not only from the arches which are carrying the room, but also the kind of roofing, which is a very rare roofing in Jerusalem. Here we are standing more or less in the Crusader level, 12th century level. Now, this public, maybe market hall, which existed in the Crusader period, was reused in different form in that area with some extension constructed later by the Mamluks. I guess that this part was used as a caravanserai, khan, in the Mamluk period, most probably in the 14th century. And later, in 14th century or a little bit later, it was converted into a factory of sabun. And so here is Khan al-Zayt. Khan al-Zayt means the caravanserai of olive oil. This part was most probably used for 1 to 2 centuries of sub-factories, and then it was converted into a stable of animals. So we have the upper floors, which are either late Ottoman or 19th century buildings, including the house or Dar Al Consul, the consul house, which most probably was built in the 19th century. And then the building was abandoned. At least this part was abandoned, where the upper floors gained importance, and here it was neglected until the new renovation process began.
In 2014, the rehabilitation of Dar Al Consul complex started via generous funding support from the European Union through partnership between UN Habitat, the United Nations Program for Human Settlements, the Custody of the Holy Land, and Al-Quds University. An innovative project, a new environmentally sustainable development model which utilizes a comprehensive and multi-layered approach that integrates residential and courtyard rehabilitation with the rehabilitation of unused space underground. Through extensive studies of the complex's historical background and its architectural formations accumulated over centuries, the architects were able to discover the importance and the historical value of Dar Al Consul. Regarding the housing part, the buildings today reflect the needs of the residents over the years. On a structural level, this area, from the latest maps found, dated to the end of 800, has undergone considerable changes. For example, the presence of more or less complete buildings in reinforced concrete and the replacement of the gardens with courtyards. An extensive investigation was conducted to determine the main characteristics of the masonry, the type and soundness of walls, materials and construction techniques, and the reinforced concrete structures. Meticulous studies have highlighted the structural weaknesses of the complex. Further experiments have shown various critical points, in particular in the basement floor, as for example major voids and internal inconsistencies in masonry walls and pillars, and poor mortar with substantial presence of organic material. soil. In order to increase the comprehensive strength of the complex, many interventions are taking place, such as reconstruction, integration, and substitution of masonry elements, in addition to other extensive interventions, such as deep repointing for vaults and walls, and grout injection for walls and pillars, which is a technique that is usually used in the rehabilitation of historical buildings. In advanced work, grout injection technique is the injection of a lime-based mixture into walls, where needed, in order to increase the connection between masonry layers. Using grout injection technique does not change the layout of the treated walls or pillars. However, it preserves the authenticity of the original structures. A necessary project that aims to rehabilitate an entire area in order to create spaces and to increase the attractiveness of the old city. Sustainable livelihood and operational icon in the Old City of Jerusalem, where traditions and the Palestinian heritage will find their highest expression. Limited service dining that offers Palestinian cuisines, productivity space that produces modern cultural and heritage-related products, event space that hosts cultural activities, media studio to empower the voice of Jerusalemites, gallery and street spaces that celebrate Palestinian art and culture, one-stop shop for career services.